How's it everybody? Welcome back to Coral Reeches. It's Sanctum Gamer here and we are looking down at the university that we built in the previous episode. Now, I looked at this university. You know what? In fact, part of the reason why I ended the video the way I did, because this is an uncompleted institution, let's be honest. And that's because I was running out of motivation. I didn't like the way the thing looked. I just was not happy and I figured I will call it quits, and perhaps later on something will come to me as I look down at this thing in a so-called almost completed state. And indeed that is exactly what happened. Now I'm not at all happy with the buildings that I've used here. And also when I was building this, I completely overlooked a wonderful little building called the Medical University. Now I don't know how it is that when I was looking at all of these buildings, I only looked at the first row. My eyes never thought to go down. But fortunately, I got a comment from somebody in the last video that asked me why didn't I use a medical university? And that sort of like turned on a light bulb in my head, like, we have a medical university. Now, I love the idea of making this into some kind of a big medical campus. Given that medical is our big problem right now, it makes sense that I make this a medical institution that will help my overall region basically improve on every single thing. So what I want to do today is I want to get rid of all of this that we've done. Yes, we're going to get rid of all of it and we're going to rebuild this. We're going to rebuild. I think the only building here that I'm probably going to keep is the disease control center, roughly where it is, but otherwise we're about to demolish all of this and relay out this entire place. And this time I'm going to make use of the medical university, and then I'm going to relocate the university building from this side of the highway to that side of the highway. At least that is the plan. So let's get rid of that. So we're gonna get rid of that, basically get rid of every single thing that we built in the last video and basically redo all of this with a whole lot of new road layouts and the medical institution. So these fields were really just there for the sake of being there. They didn't really make any sense. I'm gonna relocate those. I have plans to build a better sporting ground. I'm gonna extend this road now. Let's turn that off. Gonna extend this all the way out to roundabout, maybe over on this side. And then I think we can extend this out a little bit more. Or nah, let's leave it. Let's go ahead, grab this. Let me turn that back on. See if I can get this to line up nicely. Okay, so I get 180, but then I'm not getting it to line up the way I want it to. So you know what, I'm just gonna have to make do with that. Gonna grab the medical university and I'm gonna plonk that down. Let me turn on Anarchy. Gonna plonk that down over here, and I'm going to grab this and then we're gonna upgrade it with that building. Oh, look at that. That actually clips in very nicely. If we use move it, can we adjust its position to be a little bit better? Maybe over there. Ooh, we have path clips. I don't want any path clips. Still path clips. And no more path clips. There we go. I think that is all right. It's right on the edge here. Oof, I wish I could shift this a little bit more, but you know what? I'll play with that off camera. Let me get a road coming in from here all the way down to this side, get a bit of a 90-degree, and I think this can extend out a little bit further, and then I will create a 2-lane road point here to give that access, and then we connect that to there. Then what I want to do is I'm gonna grab this Health Research Institute, and it is going to sit on this side now, but I think I'll move it a little bit away from the road. Let it go back a bit, and then we can get a nice road that comes across also from the front like so. And I think I can connect this up with that. Nope, this is actually the wrong thing to connect it up with, but I think I can connect it up with this road over on on this side like that. And then I'll use the double lane to connect it up on this side. What I'm going to put down now is another hospital, because I think these buildings are going to complement each other very nicely. So we get the hospital in here, and we can give it also all the complements of its upgrade with the helipad as well as a trauma center. And the hope is that all of this will help influence the overall health of the entire region. Now I'm gonna get one more road in over here. I think I can extend this out over on this side. And because this is a university, it would be amiss of me if I didn't put a couple of education buildings around here. And the only buildings that I think will look really, really nice over here, I think they'll fit in with the overall look, is the high school, and maybe clip two of them together. So put one there and one over here. And let me see if I can grab it. Let's move it, grab this building, and then clip it in a way that it looks nice. So let's put you over there. Or maybe I might go too far in. Yeah, that'll work. That's fine. I think that's good enough. And then I want to upgrade one of them to have a slightly taller one of these. Maybe this one or this one. Ooh, I think this side is better. I think for this one to have the taller side looks better, and then this looks like one logical unit, and we can consider this a faculty. All right, so with that done, I want to use some of the upgrades of this building, and this one comes with this research facilities, and I think maybe a research facility at the back here, as long as it doesn't clip with a highway, will be good. I think if I can plonk that there, that should be okay. But then for these ones, I would love to have them somewhere around here, but maybe angled this way, and have a couple of them running down over on this side. And when I look at it, I think I can fit one over here, and then maybe two more in over on that side. So grab the road, extend the road out a little bit in this direction. I wonder if I can put it in that direction. Maybe we can put something at the back there. We'll see. So with that, I can grab this building, and I think I should be able to squeeze it in on this side. Maybe put another one also on that side. How is that? Yeah. And then we can get one more in, maybe down here. I want to try and get it to balance out as nicely as I possibly can. And then I should be able to then put this building over on this side. This then gives me almost equal spacing between all of them. And I think that looks pretty good. I want to grab this one as well now. Let's change its color. Get it to a slightly whitish theme. Ooh, that's getting very, very dark. Maybe pull it all the way down to white. And let all of these buildings basically complement each other. Now, I do think that the buildings themselves are a bit too white, so I'm gonna grab this one's color theme, and I'm going to apply it to all the buildings, which, ooh, I think I think that is a little bit too white, so well, too gray, I mean. So let me brighten this one up a little bit, and then let's see what that looks like when it's applied. There we go. I think that's a bit better. I think that's a little bit better. Maybe even make this one also that same color. Now I will also grab my tram tracks, which are all the way over on this side, and I will upgrade this to have trams all the way along and come and connect up to this side. And then I'll figure out what I'll do about that road when we get around to detailing that area out. Another thing is, just before I move on, so let's just upgrade this little section. Another thing that a lot of people mentioned in the previous video is that they think me leaving out a train station over here is a big miss. My original logic is that because I have a train station there and a train station just here as well, I mean, they're so close together, I thought it wouldn't make sense to have another train station over here. But after seeing the comments from all of you, I think that's fine. I think we can squeeze a train station right here somewhere and figure out a way to get a path to cross over on this space. So I'm going to leave this area empty for now, and we'll use this area as the spots to get the paths in. Now, I mentioned that even though I'm using the medical institution or the medical university, I don't want to lose the old university. And this is because my university capacity is even not enough. So even with the previous one, I was already reaching capacity. So I'm going to try and get this one over on this side. So we're going to cross the highway and extend the campus out onto this side. I'm going to grab a road and I'm going to just do a straight 90-degree run up on this side. I will grab a road and we will run the road along this side and also extend it out in that direction. Then I'll go ahead, get rid of that because that is not needed anymore. I see cars are already starting to use it, which is silly little cars, always looking for shortcuts. I will extend this highway a little bit more. I think that's 180. We will cut this off rather over here. Let's get rid of that and that. And then I will connect this one up to the road just so that it has access. Now, to ensure that I cover for electricity, at least for now, we'll move this at a later stage. I'm gonna put this over here and then we'll connect it up to this power line. And then let's get this university in, maybe over on this side, which is great. Everybody's happy. We'll upgrade it and I'll plonk down a library here and another one maybe over here. And then I will detail out all of this place when we come and we build out this entire area. Grab that color theme and apply it to this building. How does that work? I think that's okay. That's not too shabby. So the color consistency it's a little bit there. The only thing now is it needs water and whatever access. So let me grab that. And where do we connect it to? You know what? We will just run a connection from this place where they split. I don't know what will happen if I do that. So let me go here and connect it up to that side over there. And hopefully that covers water and sewage. I think this is a better looking campus. My only gripe now is this building is huge. It's very, very big. And because of its size, it makes this area for me seem out of place. So I'm going to upzone all of this area into more medium density buildings so that this space and the main city overall blends in better with this academic institution. Another thing I want to do very quickly is that I want to provide a way for people who will be coming from this side to have easy access to the university, because currently they would have to go all the way over to that side, go all the way down there and then figure out a way to come around. I think if I can grab my roads and upgrade this one all the way to about, I think there should be good. Then I can grab this and then off of here, I should be able to bring it out. Let's decrease that. There we go. I think I got it to fit nicely. And then we can then extend it out at 180. If I can get my 180 and then just bring it all the way down to then meet this road here, hopefully at what will be a 90-degree angle. And there we go. Now people from there will have nice quick access. I think this is still a decent enough clearing for cars to be able to get underneath all of this. Let's just move this tree out of the way. And I think that looks pretty all right. I think the only thing I can do is let's go ahead and convert all of this into keys so that the ground does not look so wonky. We'll do the same thing for the other side as well. All right, everybody. Now we've got cars that can come in from this side. They can take the road and then come down, and then they have quick and easy access to the university that we've just put together. I think we've got a better looking campus What I want to do now is basically start out detailing all of this area. We'll get the train station in as well and see if we can blend this entire area in and let it look like one nice cohesive logical unit. All right, let us take stock of where we are at. I decided to just upgrade this road to be a little bit straighter, and it looks like I didn't actually get it correct. Let's line that up nicely. Boom. And then last one over here also, just boom. Okay, so that is nice and straight. This 3-lane avenue shrinks into a 2-lane avenue, of which one becomes a tram track and the other one is for the road. And then we're gonna go ahead and do development. As I mentioned in the last video, we'll continue the trams over into that direction. So I've built out a little train station over here, and it is getting quite some good use, so it's nice to see. I think the idea of the train station being right here works very, very well. I tried to make this place look like, I don't know, something. I didn't want it to be a nice train station. I wanted it to actually look a little bit worn down and dirty, because it was going to be very hard for me to fit something decent into this place. I honestly didn't know what to do, and I didn't like the assets that I had. I wanted to build something that had like a cover and everything on top of it, but I could not find anything in the assets library that allowed me to do that. So for now, it will just be a plain old stop that people use to get on and off for the university. Now it does get quite a bit of active usage. As you can see, we've got people that use this bridge coming from this side to cross over onto that side, and then I've also got this one that then connects the main institution and all of these other buildings over to the one on this side. So the 2 trains that stop here are the trains that go out into Bedford, and then the one that goes all the way out into Waterworth over there. So we've got 2 train lines that meet over here. I left the other one empty because this is an international line and it's the cargo line. So I didn't put a stop on this. I just allow those to flow nicely. And then we've put a couple of buildings here. I was really in 2 minds as to whether to use this building or not, but because of this circular shape that is going on here, I mean, this building is just absolutely stunning, so I decided to put it in as well to complement the whole area. So with that, we've got quite a bit of the detailing done around the medical university. I don't know if I'm going to come back to it a bit later and build it out, but what is for sure is that the asset is quite big, and these low density houses for me don't sit very well against the backdrop of that. So I'm going to upzone this area. I'll see if I'll extend it out into that area. I'm not sure yet, but I think I'm going to upzone this area into more mid density. And then once this is done, we will jump into detailing out the university over on that side. All right, so let's talk about what I'm doing here. So I decided to take a pause from the expansions that were going on over there and come over to this side and set up just a tiny little office park and connect up my tram tracks over the road as it continues its way down into the developments we're going to do over there. And the reason why I decided to do that is because I realized that I needed to create some jobs. Since the release of the latest update, I see that my unemployment has skyrocketed. So I looked at it and I saw it was at 9%. So I decided, let me rather come in and build a couple of offices and hopefully create a few more jobs. I have no idea what changed, but literally overnight I went from 0.3% unemployment. If you might remember, like a video or two ago, we're actually trying to increase our population to suddenly now there are too many people. So I need to create a few more jobs now because I cannot have my unemployment rate sitting so high at 8%. I don't think that is healthy. So I'm going to develop out a few more offices. I think I might put 1 or 2 more on this side of the road, but then I'll leave the side the way it is and then try and just balance things out a little bit. So that will be my focus probably in the next video. But here we are. We've densified this place up a little bit. I think this looks a little bit better. We've got a little bit of height over here. And I was thinking about expanding all the way out to this side, but I decided to leave Maple East for now. And we'll probably come back to it a little bit later. What I want to do is I want to turn my attention now to the other side. I want to try and get this campus completed. And then if I still have time, I might put a couple of, put a little bit of development in and around it. But overall, I think this is looking a lot better than what I had built last week. Alright, so I thought I was going to keep going and building roads and stuff, but I thought I'll take a pause here because the French pack just got released and I just grabbed them. Some of these are really, really beautiful assets that I could potentially use as a way to, zhuzh up my university. And one of the ones that I was looking at is this elementary school, the high school, which looks absolutely fantastic. So look at this asset, right? Like I can plonk this right here and this is going to look like a faculty building. I mean, look at this. Just look at how awesome that looks. I want to grab a road and let's continue with the avenue, right? We'll find a way to make all of this look a little bit nice and see what we can do with it. I am going to extend this road out over on this side. And then I'm going to stick it down. Oof, it doesn't line up nicely, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. We'll use move it and just adjust its position ever so slightly. And look at this. This is like so cool. It looks like it's a nice big faculty building. And I believe they come with upgrades. So I can go ahead and upgrade, put something there in the center. And we can put something also here in the center, and that is pretty cool. This is Science Labs. What did I just upgrade? Courtyard extension. Okay, so Science Labs, they add additional student capacity. So it's just a little upgrade over on the top over here. So we can give it that upgrade, and we can give this one also that upgrade. And then we can detail around over on this side. Now, before I continue, I was looking at this power line and this power line is right in my way. It's really, really limiting what I want to do. So I'm going to pause the game quickly and I'm going to get rid of all of these power lines away from here so that I can have a little bit more space to do what I want to do. So I'm going to get rid of this and that, and then I'm going to grab the power lines. I'm going to shift it up maybe over to this side of the avenue for now, and I'll decide later whether or not I will remove it, but for now I'll just leave it over on that side. Let's just connect it up, and then for this connection here I am going to take advantage of the underground power lines and I'm going to use that to connect it up to that side. And then with that, everything should be back to being connected. And let me upgrade this road as well to the avenue. I think this will be much better, because then I have the option of upgrading and putting trees and all kinds of stuff around it to make it look a bit more university-y. All right, so we've got that. This can be like a little chess club or something. And oh wow, this has a lot of upgrades. We've got, what is this? This is garage extension, so that is great. This is quick response depot. What does this look like? I don't know, but I like the look of that. This is rapid response garage. Oh, this adds something, and this probably adds on this side as well. I think this is cool. This makes it look even more like something. I like it. Now I see this place doesn't have electricity anymore, and that's because I got rid of this stuff over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend this road out a little bit. So we'll extend it out to maybe somewhere around there. The elevation is starting to rise quite a bit. We will cut the road off over here and also maybe in that direction. Then I will put down a substation over on this side so that it's not right in the way of the university. And then just like the previous one, we'll just connect it via an underground cable to that, and that should feed electricity over to the institution. Another cool asset that comes with the pack that I quite like is the hospital. And since we're busy building all kinds of things here, let's put down this hospital over on this side, and it just sits a little bit across from whichever faculty this is. And we'll go ahead and upgrade this because it's also got a very nice upgrade, which actually adds more capacity, more additional patient capacity than the base building has. Because the base building only has, whereas the capacity for 250 people, but then the upgrade has 350. And look at that, that actually looks very good. I think that is an awesome addition. So with that there, we'll go ahead, we'll extend this road out over to, let's say, this side over here, and then I will grab the smaller one and then extend this over across to this side, giving me room to do some development or some detailing around here, and maybe we can do some more expansions over on this side. And something that I was looking at that I thought I could plonk here is just a way of bridging the gap between the campus on this side and on this side. So if I go into this one, I can grab one of these assets, which would be a nice addition, but I think it's too close to the highway with it over there. But this one, it also does not fit. So neither of these ones fit, which is rather unfortunate, because the gap between it and the highway is just, let's just put that down and see. It is just too close to the highway, and I don't think that is realistic, but we can leave it and just put a bunch of trees or something around here and block it off from the highway. But I like this building sitting here because it just helps bring this over onto that side. And in my mind, I was thinking of putting a bridge over on this side, but I would have loved like an over, what's the word, a bridge that basically goes above ground. Let's say the footpaths with this overhanging one. If I elevate this and I go over to this side, I can put a little bridge over, and I don't know how this will look exactly. I'm not 100% sure I am happy with it, to be honest, but we can have this here for now. And then we say that there is a way to get from this campus or this side of campus to this side of campus, and that is actually not bad. And what I'll do is I will bring it down and connect it via some invisible paths all the way across so that we can see people using the bridge itself. Two more amazing assets are these French police headquarters and the police station. I very much like the police headquarters, and I think it can fit very nicely in this little corner right here, also looking like some kind of a faculty building that sits over on that side, whilst at the same time adding to the overall police care around the city. And then we have these ones, the police station, which is also pretty awesome. Like, look at this building. I love this building so much. I want to actually plonk down two of them right next to each other. I think they complement each other very, very well. And oh man, like, a lot of universities have historic looking buildings, and I think these sort of buildings add so much to that overall look. It is just amazingly fantastic. So what I'll also do is I'll grab these assets, we'll move them slightly further away from the road, and then I can go ahead and then grab my road and connect it all the way up to this side over here. I think that it will be good. And then I will also connect this one up to this side. Now, how many lanes is this? Oh, this is way too many lanes. Let's grab the 2-laner. Let's go back into our upgrade, and there we go. So I was looking down at this parking lot, and I grabbed this building, the Geological Research Center, and I was thinking if I could just plonk it over here, right? It covers up that parking lot, but I think it looks really, really good. I think it fits in nicely and complements the entire surroundings. So if I then go into my bulldozer, into my sub elements, I should be able to then remove these, which make things look a little bit odd. But with them gone, I think this place looks almost as though it fits in perfectly with everything that is happening here. I can actually leave this over here, and we can get rid of just the parking spaces that would be visible immediately, maybe that one as well. And then I think that building quite well fits into the entire area. As I look closer at it, I don't think this hospital fits in with this overall look. Now, as I look at it, I just think it looks too small, it's too low-lying, it's too flat, all of those things together. So I'm going to remove it. It's only got 2 patients in it anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Expand this place out a little bit. So let's grab the road, just expand this area out a tad bit, maybe up to line up with that one, to this road over on this side. And then I'm going to go back, grab this, grab its, what's this thing, practice clinic plus 5% health again, and then we'll just plonk one more right here next to it. And then I think this type of extension makes this place look a little bit better and completes the whole area overall. We can then close off this area as well, maybe with the road coming in over to that side, and we can then close this area off as well, maybe bring it out to here and then bring this one in to join it. These fields, these are nice and fairly big. We'll have a nice big sporting grounds over here, so we've got 2 over here. I could probably even put a 3rd one, but we're starting to go up the hill, and I want to start blending this area into the rest of the city. And maybe we can give it an American football field as well, which I thought would fit here, but it does not fit here. Oh, and that is so close, so close. I want to build a custom field on this side, right? It's something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. What I wanted to do was to go ahead and grab these assets. I think they're called sport ground or something like that, which are these assets, and then use them to create custom seating all around the stadium. But an issue that I faced when I tried to do this off camera as I was trying to practice is if I put this down, then I call up move it, I'm not able to select it and move it, which is kind of a bummer. I don't understand why, because I checked out other videos on YouTube and people are able to select it and move it. Even when I use the marquee tool, and I try and select, it doesn't select it, but it selects everything else. So I'm not quite sure what the problem is, and because of that I can't build that custom stadium like I wanted. So I'm gonna leave that for now, and it's something that I'll come back to if and when that gets sorted out. I'm assuming it might be a Move It issue, so I'm gonna wait patiently to see if it's something that will get resolved, and then I will reserve this spot specifically for that larger stadium, which we'll come and build at some point. But overall, I think the addition of all of these new buildings, especially the ones from the French pack, really adds to the look of things. And now we can go ahead and just detail out this place as much as we possibly can, and then we'll probably be calling it quits for the day. Alrighty, we have filled in this entire area. I thought I would cap off everything here with just massive industry. Well, not industry, man. Offices. Thought I'll put just a block of offices here to try and create a few more jobs. Because as you can notice, my population is decreasing. The reason it's decreasing is because my unemployment rate, I believe, is starting to rise again. And so there are not enough jobs. At least that's what I think. So I'm trying to create a few more jobs wherever I can to try and get that to go up, because it doesn't make sense that I will build all of these, and if I'm not even mistaken, I think some of them like this are completely empty, but it's the look and aesthetic that I'm going for, and that is why I decided to build all of these housing over here. In the next video or two, we'll probably take some time and expand out on all of the industry and create a few more jobs. But otherwise, everybody, look at that. That is the institution. I mean, this French pack has come and rescued what I wanted to do. It has made this look a whole lot better than I could possibly have imagined. The only thing that I was not able to build in this that I would have loved to have built was a nice large stadium. But that is purely because of the issue that I showed about how I can't move the seating assets. But once that gets resolved, I'm definitely going to build a large stadium somewhere. But other than that, I think this is super awesome. Everything has come together very, very nicely. The only thing I'm not happy about is I'm not entirely happy about how this area looks. Right, I want a few more buildings around here, and the assets that I love the most are these high school assets. I think they are just honestly fantastic assets. So I want to grab it, and I'm going to stick one down right in front over here. And when I look at it, I see I've got a couple of, like, what's this thing? Trees and stuff that are in the way. So, oh, okay, the trees are gone. I guess they got hidden. That is fantastic. But I can go into my sub elements, and I'm just gonna get rid of that. And when I look at this, I think that is fine. It blends in nicely. I don't think I want to put this here because it will cover things up a bit more than I would like. But we can go ahead and give it Science Labs over on the top there. And I think that looks so much better. Oh, guys, I mean, look at that. This now looks to me like a university. In fact, I want to put one more down. I think I'm getting a bit carried away, but I want to put one more down over on this end. And if I can get it to, let's put it down. Let's move it. Let's get it to align nicely with the existing building. Shift it back a little bit, just enough for it to still have road access. Then I can go ahead. We're going to get rid of that. And is there any way where it's clipping? I think I can get rid of this tree that I put here, probably even that tree. And if I look at this, I think we could probably get rid of one or two things. Like, we can get rid of these trees over here because they are clipping through the building itself. We can get rid of some of these seating assets which are also clipping through the building. Maybe this. And this will get rid of way more than I would have liked, but I might just have to get rid of it. So we can get rid of that. And then I think we can get rid of that fence. Ooh, if there's a fence behind that one, there might be a fence here as well. So we can get rid of that. And then I think that's complementary. I think that comes together very, very, very nicely. I was considering upgrading these roads so that I get rid of all of the parking lots. So I give them all like trees on the side. I'm not sure how this will look, but what it will do is it will force a lot of the cars to park in the parking lots and not on the road, which I think is desirable in this case. And also the trees generally look a lot better. And we can put some trees along this side, and these areas will leave a little bit empty. I also decided to put this fire station over here purely because I love the way it looks. So the idea is this is going to act as some kind of faculty building, same with the park maintenance depot over on that side. And overall, everybody, I think we have a much better looking institution overall, complemented by those massive medical universities that sits over on this side. And if I look at my education needs, I mean, everything now is all the way in the green, and that was also helped by the fact that I put this college assets over here that we put together very nicely. The only thing I want to do now before we call it quits for the day is to extend out my tram tracks. So we're gonna put a stop right in front of the main building over there. We'll put one more maybe over on this side, just so you do not have to travel too far before you get to another stop, so we can have another one here. And then lastly, I will plonk one down over on this side. I see I've split the road here, so this might be a bit too far out. I'm not sure if the tram will fit, but you know what, we'll go ahead, we'll put it over on that side, and then we're going to grab the track itself. So I'm going to grab this stop right here, and I think I should be able to move the stop all the way to this side. And then with that, I should then be able to split them all up. One to that stop, this one to, ooh, nope, I was moving the wrong thing. This one to that stop. And then lastly, let's get this one going to that stop, and this one onto that stop. And there we go. Now the trams are connected through on this side. Then we've got this side as well. Let me just put stops all the way along to that side, and then I think we might just be done. All right, I think that is it. Oh no, we've got one more over here. Let me just connect this one up, and we are done. Now we've got the tram stopping all the way along the route, all the way up to that side, and then we've got the tram that is going to go all the way through the institution, coming out to that side over there. And then as we expand out on this area, I'm probably going to expand out the bus network onto this area to interconnect this with the rest of the city, whilst extending out the tram into that direction and connecting it up over on that side. But otherwise, everybody, I think this is it. We are done. We've got ourselves a beautiful big institution. I love the way this has turned out. I am much happier. Kudos to the asset pack of France, because without it, I don't think my institution would look anything remotely the way it does. So I am very happy, and this makes me look forward to all of the other regional packs that are coming out, and I cannot wait for those to come out and for me to try them all out. Thank you everybody for watching today. Really appreciate it. Please be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you've been here a while and you haven't done so already. And don't forget to turn on the notifications, give me comments, let me know what you like, what you enjoyed. I really appreciate your feedback. Big thanks to all of my patrons and YouTube members for all the extra support that you continue to choose to show the channel. It is truly appreciated. Enjoy the cinematic of our beautiful new institution, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Cheers everybody.